Hello everyone, it's Farket here, and in this video I'm going to provide you with an ultimate guide to sleeping in the forest, which I managed to break down to 20 tips or tricks, so let's jump into it. Number 1. Sleep is not necessary. If you never sleep, you won't suffer any negative side effects. However, there are benefits to sleep which I will outline. Number 2. The player has a sleep cycle. If you go to sleep at midnight, you will have to wait until midnight the next night to go to sleep. Number 3. If your sleep cycle is ruined, as in you stay up too late the night before and you can't go to sleep until halfway through the night, the best thing to do is to chuck an all-nighter, which basically means stay up all night. It is best to plan for this. For example, if you've got things you can be doing around your base at night, that would be good. Though probably a better alternative is to go into caves, as there's no difference between day and night there. Number 4. It doesn't matter where you sleep, whether it's a bed under a roof or a temporary shelter, the benefits are exactly the same. So there's no quality of sleep in the forest. That would be good if they had that. Number 5. You cannot die during your sleep. If there are enemies nearby and you go to sleep, you'll wake up, you'll hear like a sudden horror noise, and then you'll have to deal with the enemies. Sometimes they run away and you can sleep again. Number 6. If you go to sleep at night, just as the sun's setting and it goes black, you'll always wake up at the exact same time every morning. If you go to sleep before then, you'll probably wake up in the middle of the night. Though if you go to sleep just as the sun's about to rise, you'll wake up as the sun's rising. Number 7. Sleeping is the only way to breed rabbits. There is a 10% chance of breeding when there are 2 or more in a cage, to a maximum of 5. If you've got 5 or more, they won't breed. You should build as many cages as you can. Try and keep 2 in each one. And don't obsess over breeding rabbits. It will happen, just play the game normally. Number 8. If you have tree regrow mode on, when you sleep, 10% of the trees you cut down will regrow, providing they still have tree stumps. If you remove the tree stumps, they won't grow back. The only way to add tree stumps back in was with the ultimate cheat menu, using Mod API. Now remember, that's 10% of all trees. So if you've cut down 100 trees, 10% of them will grow back randomly. Doesn't matter where they are, it's completely random. Number 9. Sleeping can cure sickness. Sickness lowers fullness, thirst, health, and energy gain from food by 10%. There's a 20% chance of getting sick from eating spoiled food, or 100% chance from receiving a poison arrow. Now the only way to receive a poison arrow and get this effect is to shoot yourself with an arrow. This is very difficult to do. You definitely need cheats to do this. I've done it before, but it was a very long time ago. I don't even think it's still in the game. The 20% chance of eating spoiled food would probably be high on hard survival, though I haven't been able to confirm this. Number 10. There is a patch note in version 0.28. Player will no longer be woken by enemies if he is sleeping inside a base that completely blocks enemies from entering. So if they can't get in, if they're knocking on the wall, you can go to sleep. Number 11. Another patch note from version 0.25. While sleeping, both fullness and thirst can only be consumed up to a threshold, so that you never wake up on the verge of dying, unless you engage sleeping in this state. So if you go to sleep while you're dying from thirst or hunger, you most likely are going to have problems. So basically what this means is that you don't have to eat a lot of food before going to sleep. As long as you're not starving or dying from thirst, you can go to sleep. It's actually recommended. That way you save food and water. Number 12. Sleeping resets enemies. This is similar to leaving the game and coming back. If they're bashing on your wall and you go to sleep, providing the wall's completely surrounded as mentioned before, if you wake up, they'll be gone. I'm not sure if it removes all the enemies and then respawns them all. I'm not sure. A way you could probably test this is to use the map mod and see where they're spawning after you wake up. Number 13. Sleeping increases sanity. For each hour you sleep, it will add 0.75 to your sanity. Most of the time it will give you back about 5 sanity for each sleep. Though currently as of version 1.11, sanity doesn't have any effect. It just allows you to build effigies once your sanity is at 90% or below. Number 14. Sleeping speeds up the progression of the game. Harder enemies will spawn quicker. Because you're fast forwarding time, you're going to be seeing the harder type of enemies sooner. Though if you never sleep, the progression and difficulty slows down quite a lot. Number 15. You can somewhat tell the time at night based on the moon's position. If it's directly over your head, it's halfway through the night. It also rises and sets in the same place as the sun, so you could use that as a reference for what time it is. Number 16. Nighttime is twice as fast as daytime. It only lasts about 12 minutes, whereas day lasts about 24 minutes. Number 17. When it is nighttime, your stats deplete twice as fast, meaning you lose hunger, energy, and thirst twice as fast as daytime. This might coincide with nighttime only being half as long, and it might be an incentive to sleep at night, because it will be harder to manage your stats at night. Number 18. This is only relevant to hard survival. When you sleep, your calorie counter is paused, so sleeping doesn't burn any calories. Number 19. Don't sleep during the day if you can. It messes up your sleep cycle, and you'll wake up at random times and it's a complete mess. If you need energy, use a bench or energy mixers. Number 20, if you go to sleep right before the sun rises, you will wake up in the morning as if you had slept the whole night. The benefit of this is that you'll have a chance of breeding rabbits, having trees regrowed if you got the mode on, and you'll be down for an hour or so in-game hours. So it'll probably only equate to a couple of minutes. And this is a bonus tip, you can't die during your sleep. If enemies are nearby, they'll just wake you up. They can never kill you in your sleep. But don't worry about getting choked out in your sleep, unless you're into that sort of thing. Anyway, hopefully that clears up a lot of questions that you probably didn't have about sleeping in the forest. And if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers.